point, but hey, I'll work with what I can. So he sends out Mew. I'm fully expecting him to use Sludge Drag here. There's no guarantee I have an energy in my hand, and if that's the case and I can't retreat Typhlosion, my Typhlosion's pretty much dead. I won't be able to do anything, and I'll be energy starved for probably a long time. Looks like he's going to bench another Yanma, because he did have a rescue energy on the Yanmega, and yep, he Sludge Drags me. Now I draw a Collector, which isn't a bad card to draw here. I'm going to grab Cleffa. I could grab more cards, but it's actually harder for him to match my hand size if I keep it at one card rather than more. So I decided to just grab the Cleffa, and I'm going to put him in a strange position. I'm going to bench the Cleffa, so he has to decide. Is he going to Sonic Boom me for 70, in which case my Typhlosion would be knocked off from poison, and then that would allow me to Eek for a new hand? Or is he going to linear attack the Cleffa, leaving my Typhlosion there for another turn, potentially allowing it to survive? Also, it would have enough damage on it to where if he knocks me out with, or if he attacks me again with Sonic Boom, the rescue energy would activate, and then it would come back to my hand, including the Quilava, which would allow me to get another Typhlosion into play. So, he's got a strange decision here, and let's see which one he decides to do. Personally, I would go for just hitting the active for 70, and then knocking it out with poison, because that would mean 2 Quilavas are in the discard already, rescue doesn't activate, and, you know, if it's most lists, then why not? You just win the game. With no Typhlosions out, Reshiram's pretty weak. But he decides to linear attack. He doesn't want me to get a good hand, and he decides he'll be able to knock me out next turn. I really think this was the turning point in the game, where it gave me a little opening, but still, look at my hand, 2 junk arms, can't do anything, and we'll see what he decides to do. Now, he could attack directly into me and use Sonic Boom, and like I said before, that would activate rescue energy, which would give me a whole Typhlosion line back. Does he want to do that? Probably not. His other option is to linear attack, and that would kind of screw me up, because if I don't draw an energy, I'm going to get knocked out at the end of my turn from poison. That's just the way the math would work out. But he decides to Sonic Boom. Maybe he didn't realize the rescue energy was there. Maybe he just thought he was that far ahead. Not really sure which one it was, but I do think it was a mistake that he allowed me to get that Typhlosion back in my hand with the Quilava. That's the important part. And it looks like he's going to message me. And yes, he says he should have linear attacked it instead. He should not have Sonic Boom for the knockout. So, a little mistake by him. We'll see if that really comes back to bite him. My hand is still atrocious, and I outrage him for 20. Now, he has a decision to make because he knows I have a Typhlosion in my hand now. The rescue energy brought it back to my hand. What's he going to do? He could just attack my Reshiram. Wouldn't be a bad option. Once again, I have 2 junk arms in my hand. There's no way for me to get another Reshiram. So I really have no attackers. What am I going to do? I'll just have a Typhlosion. No energy in my hand right now, so going after my Reshiram, still a viable possibility. But Jason's strategy in this matchup has always been target down the Typhlosions. That way I run out of fuel, and just eventually can't keep up with him. That's his plan, and he's sticking to it. I think this might be one situation where he wants to deviate away from that plan a little bit. It's important to recognize situations like this where you can go aggressively instead of doing the little fancy plays. But in this scenario, he decides to keep going after Typhlosion, I think. And he is ahead by 2 prizes. I do have a terrible hand, but this game is not completely over yet. I could still top deck something like a Juniper, Oak's New Theory, something that would allow me to draw a bunch of cards. That's going to be my way to get back in this game. It has to be soon. Okay, it looks like he will linear attack me. I draw a Typhlosion. Not helpful at all, because I already have one in my hand. Gonna have to Afterburner onto Typhlosion in case of Sludge Drag. And all I'll be able to do is Outrage again, because I can't really play any more cards besides Cyndaquil, which I don't really need to play. There's no reason to put it down right now. There's only one Quilava left in my deck, so that one of my Cyndaquils is going to be useless for the entire game. And yeah, I'll just Outrage for 30. Now, he has another decision coming up. Does he want to Sludge Drag the Typhlosion? Risk that I don't have an energy in my hand. I didn't play one that turn, so that could be a big signal for him. If he Sludge Drags the Typhlosion, does he have a way to Sludge Drag it out again? Because that would be a good option. But instead, looks like he's going to attack with Yanmega. And right now he has 5 in his hand, so he's going to have to play a card in order to even the hand sizes. I don't know if I agree with this. I would rather see him Sludge Drag out the Typhlosion here. Just seems to make more sense to me, because I haven't really played any cards out of my hand for a while. He knows my hand is bad. So why not force me to have the energy to retreat? And then, even if I do have one energy to retreat, maybe I won't have the next one if he decides to Sludge Drag again. So it'll just be this chain of me probably running out of energy eventually. But he decides to linear attack the Typhlosion for 40. Looks like that'll put it at 90 damage. So, and looks like I finally draw a supporter in Oak's New Theory. That's going to get me back into this game. But my hand's not too great. So I do draw another Quilava, which is nice. So even if that Typhlosion gets knocked out, I'll have access to another one. So I'm going to Afterburner just onto the active Reshiram so I can attack. I'll probably evolve. Yep. Definitely should evolve. And might as well just evolve the Ninetales, because there's no reason not to. If he judges me, I don't want to draw into that again. And also, if I draw Fire Energy from now on, I could draw more cards with Roast Reveal. Ninetales only has a 1 retreat cost, so it's not a liability at all on my bench. Now, I have to make a decision. Do I want to Outrage, or do I want to Blue Flare? If I Blue Flare, I'll be left with 1 energy in play. So I just go with the safe route and Outrage. And also, it would be silly to Blue Flare because there was already enough damage on him to where I could just Outrage. So, the Rescue Energy returns the Yanmega to his hand. He will be able to probably knock out that Typhlosion with Jirachi this turn. I think that would be his plan. Yep, he gets a Jirachi with the Collector. Now you'll notice a strange card in my hand. Black Belt. This card is for a different matchup. It's to knock out Suicune Entei Legend, which has 160 hit points. Once Vileplume is in play, I can't play plus powers to knock that out, so I play a Black Belt to hit that crucial 160 damage mark. But it might actually come in handy here, since he took such a big prize lead at the beginning. Now, he's gonna use Time Hollow here on that Typhlosion, and he'll also play another energy. That way, he can return the Quilava to my hand, so I won't have another Typhlosion immediately into play. No reason not to do that, but looks like there's 10 on the Jirachi already. There's 20 on Reshiram, so actually, this is a very smart play. So I won't be able to Afterburner for the extra 10 damage onto my Reshiram. So if I want to knock out this Jirachi, I'll have to use Blue Flare. If I don't want to use Blue Flare, that Jirachi will come back again later, and he'll be able to de-evolve my Pokemon again. Looks like he's going to de-evolve both Pokemon. Kind of a weird animation where it sends the entire Pokemon line back into my hand, but alright. So I draw Communication. Right now my hand is still terrible. It's 5 trainers, Typhlosion, and a Black Belt. The Black Belt actually helps me out here, so I don't have to discard my energy with Blue Flare. So I'm going to Outrage for 40 plus 40, so 80 for a knockout. Kind of a strange situation where Black Belt helped out, but hey, sometimes that'll come up. Sometimes Black Belt will be completely useless. Just fortunate that this is one of the times where it helped me. Now, off my prize, I get another trainer. I do play quite a few trainers in this deck, which is standard for a Typhlosion Reshiram deck. But it's unfortunate that I keep drawing into them. Prefer to see cards like Supporter or a Fire Energy. And I'm still in trouble. There's no doubt about it. I am in trouble in this game. He's down to 2 prizes versus my 3. My hand is completely unplayable. And he's got pretty much access to everything he could want.